invite you to share a few words.
Sorry. Firstly, I would like to say thank you, and I'm really honored to be chosen for this award of social justice. Thank you to His Divine Holiness. My vision really and truly is one world where we can all be respected for our individual beliefs, spiritually as well as physically. Towards that end, I really and truly admire His Divine Holiness for the levels of persecution that he would have endured, because not much of us, I mean, we're all here saying thanks for an award, and we all go through our fights and our battles. But to say that we would have been persons with 70 assassination attempts, over 100 legal cases, that must really be admired in a quest to fight for the greater good. So on that note, I end and I say thank you, and I'd just like to encourage Kailasa to strive so that they will be recognized worldwide, and the history and the quality of the wealth of information and knowledge is spread to spread to all humans actually. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. William, for your kind words and support and the commitment to bring justice for all. Thank you so much.
Our next award goes to Imam Jamal Rahman from the United States. Imam Rahman is co-founder and Muslim Sufi Imam of Interfaith Community Sanctuary, president of Northwest Interfaith, and adjunct faculty at Seattle University. A popular teacher on Islam, Sufi spirituality, and interfaith, Imam Rahman works closely with the rabbi and pastor, affectionately known as the Interfaith Amigos. They travel nationally and internationally, sharing a message of inclusivity. Imam Rahman is the author of several books. His commentaries illustrate the joys and benefits of interfaith harmony. Imam Rahman's passion lies in interfaith community building. He serves the community and individuals' needs through a variety of classes and workshops, including the popular Blush of the Beloved, a course in spiritual deepening and discernment, drawing upon the practices, insights, and wisdom within Sufism, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism. Imam Jamal Rahman, we warmly welcome you, and we kindly invite you to share a few words.
Thank you so very much. Salams to all of you. I am absolutely honored and delighted to be among these, shall I say, rectangles of love here. And I want to start by really expressing my sincere gratitude to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, and to His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. I'm speaking to you actually from the prayer room of the Interfaith Community Sanctuary. And here we have this beautiful saying that this work of interfaith is not just about hospitality. It's really a matter of our survival. We also say that this work of interfaith is not about conversion. It is about completion, becoming a more complete, developed human being. So for example, I'm a Muslim. I'm rooted in Islam. But when I'm open to the beauty and wisdom of other traditions, I find from my own experience that this waters my Islamic roots, makes me a better Muslim and a more complete and developed human being. I also work very closely ever since 9/11 with a rabbi and a pastor ever since my hair was black, long time ago, and we continue this work even today. And we say that all religions are a path to a shared universal. If I say that my religion is superior to yours, this is not religion speaking, this is ego speaking. And in our work of social justice, we have many, many projects in collaboration and in cooperation. I think this is best reflected in a wonderful saying of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who said that if you witness injustice, use your hands, meaning do something, get engaged. If you cannot do that, use your mouth, speak out, have the courage to speak out against injustice. And if you cannot do that, yes, then of course, pray from your heart. But the Prophet Muhammad said, in this instance, this is the weakest form of faith. One more quick thing I want to say in our work of attempting to overcome polarization, which is so endemic throughout the world. We love that Central Asian saying, can I share 3 cups of tea? Listen, respect, connect. Listen. I love these words of the 13th century sage Rumi, who says, what is listening? Metaphorically, it's like putting your head on the person's chest and just sinking into the answer. Respect. I might be against a person's behavior, but not against that person's essence, which is Christ nature, Buddha nature, Krishna nature, Elohim nature. You know, this wonderful mystic Kabir from India, both a Muslim and a Hindu, he would say, when meeting somebody who's adversarial, protect yourself. Don't allow yourself to be abused. Take the right action. But as you take the right action, I beg you, do not keep this person's essence out of your heart. And just this differentiation as you take the right action between behavior and being has the power to shift heaven and earth. And then connect, create some human connection. I love that wonderful saying by the Christian mystic that this universe is made out of stories, not atoms. And lastly, I want to conclude with a saying of the Prophet Muhammad, who said, Jamal, when you arrived here from the invisible world, everybody around you was laughing and smiling, but you were crying and weeping. Live such a life. Live such a life that when you depart, everybody around you is crying and weeping, but you are laughing and smiling. I wish for myself and for you this very insight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Imam Jamal Rahman, for your commitment towards restoring justice through interfaith community building and inclusivity.
And our next award goes to Mr. Fadi Jamaluddin from Lebanon. Born in 1961, a Lebanese Canadian lawyer, Mr. Jamaluddin is an activist of human rights and an advocate of green energy and organic vegetation. In 1984, in the midst of the Lebanese civil war, Mr. Jamaluddin founded the Lebanese Association of Human Rights and fought religious and sectarian discrimination in his country. In 1986, Mr. Jamaluddin represented Lebanon in the Human Rights World Conference in Vienna. Mr. Jamaluddin is known for his fierce and determined fights against discrimination based on sex, ethnicity, gender, skin color, and race. Thus, he continues to take on pro bono cases, legally defending victims of discrimination as well as victims of sexual harassments and domestic abuse. Mr. Jamaluddin is an advocate of education and believes every person, without exception, must have a proper education, thus contributing to the elimination of illiteracy amongst Syrian refugees, focusing on children and women. In addition, Mr. Jamaluddin established a pilot farm operated through green energy as an experiment field for organic vegetation. He also continues to use his legal status and experience to fight for and defend all types of victims. Mr. Jamaluddin, we welcome you and we kindly invite you to share a few words.
Thank you so much. I'm very pleased and honored to be chosen to receive this valuable and distinctive award. The human rights cause has been a priority to me since my early years. Is it not only a mission or a commitment, but a lifestyle? I live and enjoy my humanity in every aspect of my life and behavior. I always taught others to never differentiate between a human being for whatsoever reason. We are all equal in our differences. But humanity for me is not limited to be an act among a human, but it extends towards animal and Mother Nature. This is what I strongly saw in Kailasa, and this is why I'm very proud to receive this award from them. Thank you so much, especially to an icon of human rights, the leader supreme pontiff of Hinduism and his community, and together we will continue our fight for a better world. And again, thank you so much for this award.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jamaluddin, for your kind words and your dedication and hard work towards creating an equitable world for all beings. Thank you.
Our next award goes to His Holiness Rajeshwar Guruji from the United Kingdom. His Holiness Rajeshwar Guruji is the founder and spiritual leader of International Siddhashram Shakti, UK and India. His Holiness Rajeshwar Guruji is wholeheartedly devoted to his community and is always available and accessible to help those in need. Throughout the year, he organizes big festivals such as Diwali, Holi, Navaratri, and Shivaratri to keep the history behind each festival alive. Some of his many awards and recognitions include appointed as advisor and global council member of World Yoga Community, USA, Argentina. He was appointed as the Peace Ambassador for World Book of Records, appointed as Mayor Chaplain, Dharma Guru for Harrow, London, received the Happiness Ambassador Award at the House of Commons, British Parliament, London, in recognition of extraordinary and dedicated service to the community, and many more. Your Holiness, Rajeshwar Guruji, we warmly welcome you and we kindly invite you to share a few words.
I think you're muted, Guruji.
Namaste everyone. Guruvai sadam punamadeva tulyam prano vadharya vaitam sadevam. Chintam vichintam bhavameka rupam. Guruvai pranamyam, Guruvai pranamyam. First of all, thank you so much to His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Maharaji. Koti Koti Pranam. This award is not my award. This is my community award. This award goes to my Sadgurudev Swami Nikleshwananji Maharaj, who initiated me when I was age of 13. I do my best. That is the one principle I follow in my life. I do my best, let God do the rest. So I'm serving my service to the community from last 22 years in Harrow, London. When the divine person is giving you award, that means is not person is giving you award, is the God is giving you award. I always believe mankind and humanity. And the all personality was talking about interfaith and others support you. And that is a very important as per interfaith. And I'm glad I honor myself in that way. Being a Hindu, we are supporting all that interfaith community, and we have also received the respect for all the interfaith community. As per the gentleman said, the Imam, regarding about our root, we should always remember our root. When we remember our root, we'll give something to the someone who can deserve. I'm also very happy today. Our former mayor and councillor, Krishna Suresh, is achieving award today as well. And this is the call, unity. And His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Maharaj is doing a wonderful job. Is wonderful seva. Not only United States, is a worldwide. And this seva, I can say, is mankind and humanity, is coming from Sanatan Dharma. And this Sanatan Dharma is giving you opportunity to the world to acknowledge the seva and service to all the varnas. As per I was listening, there is a 4 varnas, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra. But I believe beyond that, humanity. Everyone is equal. And everyone can receive, everyone can achieve all the knowledge from the divine energy. And if you want to more and more, you hold to hand to your Sadguru. Whoever your Sadguru, you hold the hand. And your Sadguru will teach you, your Sadguru will take you wherever you have to go. But must remember, your fathers and mothers is the first guru of your life. And thank you so much for this award, this Kailasa Dharma Rakshak Social Justice Award. And as per I said, this award belongs to my Sanatan Dharma community. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Your Holiness, Rajeshwar Guruji, for your dedication and selfless service to the community for the past 22 years. Thank you.
And our next award goes to Councillor Suresh Krishna from the United Kingdom. Councillor Suresh Krishna is a statesman and a community man. He was born and bred in the village of Nelyadi, Sri Lanka. Since 2010, Councillor Suresh has been an established statesman. He is also an ambassador for the Harrow United Deaf Club and Harrow Association of Disabled People. In 2015, Councillor Suresh was elected as the mayor of the London Borough of Harrow, having served as deputy mayor since June 2014. Since 2006, Councillor Suresh has been a dedicated community leader and is one of the main Tamil community leaders in London, speaking on many stages at which he spoke up for Tamils' freedom and rights in their homeland, thus bringing awareness of the Tamil culture and struggle to the public domain. He has also worked with and for other communities who share his neighborhood in London. Councillor Suresh introduced the Tamil Thai Pongal as a Tamil cultural event in Harrow Council's calendar. Since 2011, Harrow residents have enjoyed the Harvest Festival as an annual event which shares the Tamil culture and traditional values among other communities. As an enthusiastic supporter of charitable initiatives, Councillor Suresh has personally taken part in charity fundraising events. Councillor Suresh, also known as London Baba, is a very prominent figure internationally among Tamils and as a leading Tamil actor in the UK. Councillor Suresh, we warmly welcome you and we kindly invite you to share a few words. Could you please unmute Councillor Suresh Krishna? Thank you.
Sorry, I was very enthusiastic without even checking my mute. It's an honor attending the Sri Kailasa's commemoration of the World Day of Social Justice and Om Award ceremony. And thank you for your invite. First of all, my greetings goes to Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Maha Sannidhanandam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramasivam. Yes, I'm very fond of Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramasivam. He has many talents and he is an extraordinary. I never seen a human being who can share their hidden talents and powers with other human beings. But I have seen it in His Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramasivam, and I have personally witnessed myself in London. Yes, Ma Adma Daya coordinated many events in London, and the opening of a third eye and the vibration of coconut are the biggest highlights. These are only possible by the Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramasivam. It's an honor being part of this celebration. And I just would like to touch upon two things: the healthy living and the peace. Yes, the global austerity hits by many countries, and United Kingdom is not an exception. Because of the austerity, we have faced with many crises in UK, and poverty is one of them. And the food poverty crisis is another one which causes obesity, which means the poor people are consuming unhealthy food and faced with health issues from all age groups: children, young people, adult and elderly. We need to educate people about healthy living and public health issues, but you cannot blame those poor people. When you are starving, you tend to eat anything within your reach. But in our town, we have voluntary community kitchens and many faith organizations, such as witnessed our Rajeshwar Guruji, who's got the International Siddhashram Sakti Center, who also, is being helpful and providing the free meals for the needy who have been starving all along across our borough. And many faith organizations are looking after people who face with food poverty, but globally, it is not there. Second one is the global peace that we really needed. As you can see, now Russia is about to strike Ukraine. I can remember the quote by Mahatma Gandhi. He said, "Eye for an eye makes the world go blind." We need to value each and every citizen on this earth so that love, peace, and happiness will come your way with a smile. Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramasivam, your preaching of non-violence and peace, not only in India, but reach the people globally which I am very proud of. When Mother Teresa received the Nobel Prize, she was being asked how you can promote world peace. And Mother Teresa said, you go home and love your family, because peace starts from home. If every household loved their family, we would all have the global peace. Let's be all hold hands together and unite together, work together and achieve the social justice for all. And thank you for your recognition of the Om Award. Very happy to see my dear friend Rajeshwar Guruji also receiving this award. And thank you to all for having me on this great occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Suresh Krishna, for your dedicated leadership and for your important contributions to the causes of freedom and human rights. Thank you so much.
And our next award goes to Ms. Sulosh Pillai from South Africa. Ms. Sulosh Pillai is the chairperson of Daughters of Africa, with a proven track record in community development, project management, and empowerment, implementing corporate social investments projects in various sectors for over 35 years. Ms. Pillai serves as an ambassador, speaking at public platforms, sharing her story on her cancer journey. Daughter of Africa implements both cancer and diabetes screening and awareness for free in communities that do not have access to healthcare. Ms. Pillai is also the Vice Chair, ACT Foundation, SA, a global charity community which operates in a growing number of countries across Africa, Asia, and Europe. Ms. Pillai has been a recipient of many awards for her philanthropy work, amongst others, Mayor's Award for Excellence in Community Work, Amen Women of the Year Award, Peacock Award Indian Academy of Essay, and many more. Ms. Pillai has recently been appointed a member of the Multidisciplinary Ministerial Advisory Committee for Social Behavior by the National Minister of Health and Social Development. Ms. Sulosh Pillai, we warmly welcome you and we kindly invite you to share a few words.
Thank you so much. My salutations and prostrations at the feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda, fondly known as Swamiji to me. His blessings indeed is the foundation that is making this world a better place to be in, no matter where we are globally situated. As you know, I am all the way from South Africa. We as an organization, the Daughters of Africa, our vision as an organization for global peace encompasses the three pillars of the United Nations engagement, namely peace and security, development and human rights, most importantly though, humanitarian action. We need more people to focus on the concept coined by our late president, Tata Nelson Mandela. I was very, very privileged to be able to work with him in many projects in South Africa. He coined this beautiful concept called Ubuntu, literally translating into I am because you are. We cannot, as a community, as an organization, as a global community, function in silos, neither can we function in a fragmented means. We as an organization want to provide the capabilities of every individual in our society and community to live the life they wish to live, but maintaining integrity. The approach obviously has got to be very comprehensive, very coordinated, and it must strengthen the resilience in communities. We need to move to a proactive approach in whatever we do. Much like what Swami Nithyananda has been saying throughout this incarnation. Sustaining peace does not need seeking new mechanisms or new styles. It is actually wired in our very DNA. Let the enlightened masters like Swami Nithyananda work peacefully and to stop prosecuting or persecuting them and allow them to take this dharmic restoration to the global world. Coming back to Ubuntu, which our late President Nelson Mandela coined for us, it is a value system that has the potential to cut across and unify races and ethnicities, class and gender throughout the world. It causes deep resonance in us for the kind of world we want to live in, the kind of world we imagine our ancestors enjoyed, and the kind of world we'd like our descendants to enjoy. It is deep-seated cultural roots that can stabilize this in humanity. Ubuntu calls us to consider our history, and when we talk history, we talk our ancestors, and to consider, again, our future. When we talk future, we talk about our descendants, obviously. We have to live the lives in which we can honor this formula. Unlike the Western way of thinking, we see both ancestors and descendants as people that are visibly to us, but invisible to many others. But to us, they are actual persons who are present in our life. We want to inspire people to make sure that we have a global society where all of us are free and we all have the ability to do what we need to do. We want to, again, give our immense gratitude to Swami Nithyananda for coming up with this visionary concept, as he has done now as well, the awards. Our pranams at his holy feet, and may peace be with every one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Pillai, for your invaluable work towards global peace and for your dedication to creating a sustainable world for all. Thank you.
And our next award goes to Ms. Lorelei Higgins from Canada. Ms. Higgins is a Métis Canadian cultural mediator, a Rotary Peace Fellow and Positive Peace Activator, as well as a Governor General's Canadian Leadership Program alumna. She has worked on community-based projects locally and internationally with government agencies, non-government organizations, and the business sector. These projects have centered on peace and conflict transformation, Indigenous matters, and the elevation of female voices in leadership. Ms. Higgins has worked across the globe in communities in Africa, Asia, Europe, North America, and South America. She is the community lead for the City of Calgary's anti-racism program and is working to advance the City of Calgary's commitments to truth and reconciliation. Ms. Higgins has an MBA with a specialization in leadership, and she facilitates asset-based community development sessions utilizing an appreciative inquiry lens. She is also a consultant with Mediators Beyond Borders International. As Mrs. Canada 2021 and a Women in Need Foundation ambassador, Ms. Higgins is leading efforts to increase female leadership in peace-building efforts locally and globally. Ms. Higgins, we welcome you and we kindly invite you to share a few words.
Nithyananda, Tanshe, Oki, Danipara, Amawistich. Hello, everybody. Lorelei Dishinakashun. So I have the pleasure of coming to you from Treaty 7 territory here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And behind me is our lovely medicine wheel that we have up on one of the hills by my house. So we're going to come back to that. But I just want to convey my sincere gratitude for being here. I want to recognize all the other people who are being awarded and just the people who hold the space for this type of event to happen and to celebrate the different parts of humanity that are required for all of us to do this amazing and difficult work. So many thanks to His Divine Holiness. I never imagined as a young girl that I would one day be among people like you or be respected enough by my community to be called a peace builder. I didn't know what that was. And we've heard today that peace really is simple. It's that simple act of creating connections and decreasing dividers. And we can all do something. And quite often, I think we get lost in what can we do? We're just going to sit still. It's impossible. It's too big. But what I hear from this wonderful group hosting us and from everybody on the call is every single person can do something. And it's only in moments like this when you realize that the things that you do every single day are spectacular and that they're meant to be rewarded. So if I can encourage everybody, one thing is encourage one other person today, that they too can be a peace builder, that they too can reach out that hand and create a connection where maybe before there was a division or an unknown, so maybe we were scared. And the more we connect, the more we reconnect, and the more that we walk together, I do really think that peace is possible. I'd be remiss if I didn't close by just thanking those who came before me. Somebody said earlier, you know, we stand on the shoulders of giants. I have so much of my family who has fought for rights as Indigenous peoples in Canada. I've worked with Indigenous populations around the world. And every single time that I stand up here, I think about all the work that's gone into this, all the blood, the sweat, the tears, but also the laughter and the joy and what's been required to be here together. So I'll just close by, again, referencing the medicine wheel behind me. For those of you who know my work, who have seen it, I always talk about the shared path forward and what's required in this work, and to really, really achieve social justice is that we recognize that we're all required. So if we stop thinking linearly and that we all just have this piece or that piece, and we start to see ourselves as a circle, a medicine wheel, and we start to figure out where we all fit, we actually realize that in the circle, we all have a place. So I commend every single one of you watching, listening here on this call for the place that you're taking in creating a better future, and for taking the disruption that COVID has created and turning into something incredibly positive so that we can refashion a world where we all have a place in it that's actually seen and heard, and we all feel like we have an active role in our societies. So thank you so very much. Marcy, namaste.
Thank you so much, Ms. Higgins, for your inspiring leadership and commitment to truth and reconciliation. Thank you so much. So now, as we are getting ready to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, let us have a glimpse into his early work. As you can see here on the slide, when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was very young, the temple monastery complex behind him of his gurus, Mataji Vibhutananda Puri in Tiruvannamalai, was built brick by brick by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. His gurus guided him and he just followed. In 2001, at the young age of 23, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism established the first Kailasa temple monastery in Tiruchengood, South India. And 1 year later, at the age of 24, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism established the headquarters, the Adi Kailasa Sarvanyapeetham in Karnataka, South India. And throughout the years, right from the young age, as you can see here, in 2004, 2005, at the age of 26, 27, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has conducted mass living enlightenment initiation conventions, taking people through powerful cleansing processes of the 7 energy chakras. And in 2005, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was welcomed with a proclamation message by the mayor of St. Louis in USA. And here are just some few examples of the mass living enlightenment initiation conventions conducted by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, which attracted thousands of people around the globe. And here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism at the Kumbh Mela in Nasik, where he initiated thousands again into the mass enlightenment initiation, and where he met with world leaders at the Kumbh Mela. And all the hard work of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has translated into the 108 Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations initiatives. These initiatives support a variety of humanitarian services which collectively allows for the creation of an enlightened, peaceful, sustainable, equitable, resilient, and thriving world. The 108 Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations initiatives align to the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals and expand on to many other initiatives, incorporating other elements which are rooted in the ancient sciences of Hinduism, universal practical applications to bring about time-tested, foolproof, lasting solutions to the world's problems, whether it is economical, social, or environmental.
And one such example is Skune for affordable and holistic healthcare. In the midst of the pandemic, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism successfully implemented multi-layered quarantine protection through Kailasa's COVID care facilities, as recommended in Kailasa's COVID-19 and multilateralism report, which was published by the United Nations. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism opened his doors to all and ensured that all basic needs were fully attended to for all free of cost, including shelter, food, medical care, and more.
And another example is the Sri Kailasa Uniting Nation for Education Reform and Development through Nithyananda University and Nithyananda Gurukul. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism provides quality education for all and bridges gender gaps. Today, the Nithyananda Hindu University is the world's largest Hindu university with more than 20 million enrollments, more than 7,000 courses conducted free of cost. Furthermore, by establishing the Nithyananda Gurukul, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revived the ancient enlightened knowledge transmission system, the education system, as per Hinduism, and provides free education to millions of children worldwide. To empower women worldwide, including rural indigenous women, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism launched many educational initiatives such as foundational literacy programs, vocational training programs, microfinance services, and more.
A third example is Sri Kailasa Uniting Nations for nutritious food and a hunger-free world. Over the past 27 years of his public life, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has, through the launch of the No Hungry Home project, served over 1 billion free meals globally, with 10,000 meals served daily worldwide and 100,000 on festival days. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism works for a hunger-free world while ensuring the protection of the environment and all species. Specifically, Kailasa worldwide follows a zero-waste policy and adopts sustainable agriculture practices such as organic farming, rainwater harvesting, high-density farming, and vertical gardening.
The sovereign state of Sri Kailasa, despite the intense persecution and lawfare, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism established the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa for not only the persecuted Hindus, but for all the world's practicing and aspiring Hindus, and for all of humanity. Kailasa is the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. Kailasa is not a competition for any country. It is in fact only complementing these nations. It is a seed bank for Hinduism with the vision of enlightened living for all humanity, which is rooted in the fundamental principle of Advaita and oneness, the idea that all beings can live in peace and harmony, and that all human beings are equal and divine and can reach their highest potential irrespective of nationality, religion, gender, etc. Kailasa's vision is to revive and share with today's world the practical applications of the greater sciences of authentic Hinduism. And with this vision, Kailasa has created thousands of enlightenment ecosystems around the world.
Today, Kailasa has sovereign territory in more than one place. In its sovereign territory, Kailasa has its own Supreme Court and is also successful in achieving civil court status in 3 countries. Kailasa has the license to run banks in more than 27 places, and in 6 countries, Kailasa's currency has been accepted as mainstream currency, with acceptance as private currency in 2 more countries.
And the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa has established bilateral relations with 8 cities, 1 state across 6 countries, as you can see here on the slide. And to honor the achievements of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, 115 statesmen, 115 proclamations and certificates of recognitions from statesmen across 14 countries were conferred to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And just last month, on January 3rd, which is the incarnation day of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, 37 cities across 4 countries have declared Kailasa's SPH Nithyananda Day. And these are some of the examples of the certificates of recognition received from congressmen and senators across the US. And here we can see the proclamations received by statesmen from other countries as well, such as Tanzania and Belize. And now let us get ready to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, who will now be delivering the presidential address. Thank you.